Today we'll learn how to make simple Korean sentences. Korean has a different word order than English, and particles must be added according to sentence elements. For example, if you translate each word in the English phrase, I love you, into Korean, it would be
나 사랑해. 너.
But in a real conversation, you should say,
나는 너를 사랑해.
the subject comes first, and the verb always comes last. Then, we add a postposition that changes each noun into a part of speech. In this case, we add the particle
은, 는, 이, 가,
after the subject noun
나,
and
을, 를,
after the object noun
너,
and say.
나, 는, 너를 사랑해.
However, Koreans tend to omit a lot of sentence elements, so you can also say without the subject like
너를 사랑해.
or just
사랑해.
without subject and object. However, this is something you can omit when you are speaking Korean well enough. If not, you will be constantly asked about the incomplete sentences you made like who or whom. So try to speak in complete sentences from the beginning.
나는 너를 사랑해. 존댓말로. 저는 당신을 사랑합니다.
I love you.
나는 너를 사랑해.
In polite language.
저는 당신을 사랑합니다.
Going back to the explanation I gave a little while ago, I will explain it with examples of nominative particles
은, 는, 이, 가,
and objective particles
을, 를. 은, 는,
are topic markers,
이, 가,
are subject markers,
을, 를.
are object markers. The topic markers and subject markers come right after nouns or pronouns. Those markers make that word a subject of the sentence. The object markers come after nouns and make that word an object of the sentence. At this point, you might be wondering why there are two of each. As you can see from the examples, when the preceding syllable has a,
받침,
that is, when it ends in a consonant, we use,
은, 이, 을,
and when the preceding syllable does not have a,
받침,
and ends in a vowel, we use.
는, 가, 를.
Here's the most common question. I understand object markers, but what's the difference between
은,
and?
이, 가,
If you translate the two sentences into English, they're the same.
정구,
Is dancing,
제니,
is singing. However, the nuances are subtly different in Korean. If you're confused about which particle to use when speaking Korean, think about what the question was.
은,
Sentences are used in response to what is he or she doing, and are used to emphasize what the person is doing.
이, 가,
Sentences are used in response to who is dancing or singing, and are used to emphasize who is doing it. In is also often used when explaining simple information. Now, let's learn the 5 sentence structures of English that you all know in Korean. The first basic sentence pattern in English, it includes just a subject and an intransitive verb. Intransitive verbs do not need a direct object. Let's practice the sentences in the first pattern in Korean. She laughs.
그녀가 웃는다.
The door opens.
문이 열린다.
I go to school.
나는 학교에 다닙니다.
Here
가, 이, 는,
are particles for the subject.
에,
Is a particle used to indicate location, place, and time. In Korean, we say
위치, 장소, 시간.
particles always come after nouns. Let's speak in Korean again. She laughs.
그녀가 웃는다.
The door opens.
문이 열린다.
I go to school.
나는 학교에 다닙니다.
The English sentence in pattern 2 includes a subject, a linking verb, and a complement. Linking verbs are the types of verbs that join the subject with an adjective or another noun. Linking verbs are like be verbs such as am, are, is, was, and were, and include sense verbs like seem, look, sound, taste, and smell. The subjective complement uses a noun or pronoun to describe the subject, or an adjective to indicate the subject's state. Now, let me give you some examples of sentences in pattern 2. I am happy.
나는 행복해.
You look so pretty.
너 진짜 예쁘다.
He is a doctor.
그는 의사입니다.
Here, The verbs are interpreted as
이다, 이야, 입니다.
if the preceding word ends with a final consonant 받침, e is added, and if it ends with a vowel, e is omitted. So means
너무, 진짜, 정말.
in Korean. Next, the third basic sentence pattern in English includes a subject, a transitive verb, and a direct object. Transitive verbs need a direct object. These sentences usually answer the questions starting with what. Now, let's practice sentences in pattern 3. I am learning Korean.
저는 한국어를 배우고 있어요.
My mom cooked dinner.
엄마께서 저녁을 요리하셨어요.
She ate an apple.
그녀는 사과를 먹었어요.
New vocabulary. To learn.
배우다,
Korean.
한국어.
To be ing.
하고 있어요. 하는 중이야.
To cook.
요리하다.
Dinner.
저녁. 깨서.
The honorific form of the particles e and ga denoting the subject of a sentence. To eat, past tense. Ate.
먹다. 먹었다.
Apple.
사과.
The sentences in pattern 4 include a subject, a transitive verb, an indirect object, and a direct object. Here are 3 examples in pattern 4. My boyfriend bought me flowers.
내 남자친구가 나에게 꽃을 사줬어요.
My father gave me money.
아버지가 나에게 돈을 주셨어요.
I will bring you some water.
제가 당신에게 물을 가져다 드릴게요.
In this sentence, you can omit,
제가 당신에게.
because both you and the person you are talking to know who you and I are. In Korean, it is okay to omit I, and, or you when speaking to the person in front of you. For example, instead of saying,
너는 밥 먹었어?
have you eaten? In English, you can say,
밥 먹었어?
new vocabulary, boyfriend,
남자친구,
girlfriend,
여자친구,
to somebody,
에게,
buy,
사다, 사주다,
buy something for someone, give,
주다,
bring,
가져오다, 가져다 드리다, 경어,
flowers,
꽃,
money,
돈,
water.
물.
The last basic sentence pattern include a subject, transitive verb, direct object, and an objective complement. Objective complements describe a direct object. In pattern 5, the objective complement can be a noun, adjective, adverb, or verb, and refers to a specific description of the direct object. Please say the following sentences in Korean. We call him a genius.
우리는 그를 천재라고 부른다.
You make me happy.
너는 나를 행복하게 해.
I saw the sun rise.
나는 해가 뜨는 것을 보았다.
New vocabulary. We,
우리는
used as the subject. Call,
부르다.
him,
그를
used as the object. Genius.
천재.
Call A, B.
A를 B라고 부르다.
You,
너, 당신.
used as the subject and object. I,
나는, 저는.
used as the subject. Make,
만들다.
me,
나를, 저를.
used as the object. Happy,
행복한.
saw,
보았다.
past tense of, see. The sun,
해, 태양.
rise.
뜨다. 오르다.
So far, we have learned Korean sentences in 5 English sentence formats. You should now be somewhat familiar with Korean sentences. From now on, you can improve your Korean skills by learning new words, particles, and idioms and using them in real life. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and hit the like.